What's up, guys? Bill here from DFS Fantasy Factory, going over the day 11 and day 12 results for the 25-day challenge I'm doing. If you're new to this video, what I'm doing is taking these 5 lineup optimizers: Fantasy Labs, Fantasy Nerds, RotoQL, DFS Army, and Draft Dashboard, and tracking their optimal lineups for 25 days just to see which one's putting out better players. Basically, we're going to have the total amount of Draftkings they scored for 25 days at the end of the video, or at the end of the 25 days. If you like what I'm doing here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get future notifications of videos that I put out. And if you don't mind hitting that like button, I appreciate that as well. I haven't got a video out in a couple days. I just recently got custody of my little girl, so been going through a couple things. But I did get the lineups put in for the last 2 days. I just wasn't able to make the video for it, so I'm going to go ahead and cover both of those results in this video here. At the very end of the video, I'll tally up the points for both days, and I'll show you how the rankings changed at the very end of the video. We'll go ahead and get started here. I do want to remind you that I do have a voting video up. The link to that video is down in my video description below. Just go down below to the video description and click that link if you want to vote. It's going to be voting for the next lineup optimizer. Lineup optimizers that are going to be in the next series. We do have some votes already in. We have LineStar has 2 votes. Osimo has 4 votes, which Osimo uses Fantasy Cruncher, so I put those together. They have 4 votes. Fantasy Pros has 1 vote, and SaberSim has 1 vote. So if you'd like to see a different optimizer, or if you want to vote for one of these optimizers, make sure you go to that video in the description and put your vote in the comment section. All right, we'll get started with day 11. Day 11, 5th place, we had Fantasy Labs. That's a big difference there because Fantasy Labs usually in the top 2. They did score 252 points. Here's their optimal. Here is their DraftKings results. Day 11's 4th place, Draft Dashboard. They're usually at the bottom, so not much of a change there. 264, here's their DraftKings. Here's their optimal. 3rd place, we had DFS Army. 275 for their DraftKings. Here's their optimal lineup. 2nd place, we got RotoQL. Here's 279. Here is their optimal lineup. And 1st place, we had Daily Fantasy Nerds for a 2nd day in a row. They won 1st place the day before on my video before this one, and they won 1st place in this one here. They had 306 points this time. Here's their optimal lineup. 306. Here's their DraftKings results. And we'll go on to day 12, see if Daily Fantasy Nerds can win a 3rd day in a row. Alright, for 5th place here we got RotoQL. 287, here's their optimal. Here is their DraftKings results. 4th place we got DFS Army. Here's their optimal lineup. Here's their DraftKings results. 329. 329 DraftKings points for DFS Army. 3rd place, Daily Fantasy Nerds did not get a 3rd day in a row 1st place. However, I do want to point out to this, they had PJ Dozier, I think that's how you say his name, who scored 0 points. They were only 10 points down from, or 9 points down from 1st place. So if Dozier would have got them at least 10 points, they would have got a 3rd day 1st place. However, Dozier got a goose egg, 0 points, so it doesn't matter. He did play like 7 minutes or something like that, so it wasn't like he didn't play or anything. But 2nd place, and like I said, I don't really have time to be going and making sure that these guys are going to be getting plenty of minutes and all that stuff. Blah blah, whatever, all I'm doing is putting their optimal lineups in and running it. And Fantasy Labs, here's their optimal lineup. Here's their DraftKings results. 342 points for Fantasy Labs. And 1st place, this is a shocker. I'm pretty sure this might be the first time Draft Dashboard has actually gotten 1st place. 349 points. I could be wrong. They might have got another one. It's been quite a few days, but I think this is their first time getting 1st place. Scored 349 DraftKings points. Here's their first DraftKings results. Here's their optimal lineup. Alright, so here's their day 11 video results. I put the rankings here. Don't mind the kids yelling in the background. They're running through the house. Here's the day 12 video results. And then what I did, here's the rankings before the video, here's the rankings after the video. So I took the rankings before the video, here's the numbers. I added day 11, day 12 to that, and that's where you get the rankings after the video. The only thing that changed on the rankings after the video is DFS Army moved ahead of RotoQL. And Daily Fantasy Nerds also got a little bit closer to Fantasy Labs. So Fantasy Labs has been in first place most of the time here. However, Daily Fantasy Nerds isn't very far behind them. Fantasy Labs is a $60 product. Daily Fantasy Nerds is only $24.99. So it's more than half the price less than Fantasy Labs. So at this point, I would be leaning more towards recommending Daily Fantasy Nerds because they've been very consistent throughout this whole challenge. They're usually in first or second place almost every day. So Daily Fantasy Nerds is one of my favorites here. If you got the money to pay 60 bucks, they're a little bit better. I don't know that I would pay the extra money for that, but these two are the only two that I would recommend out of all 5 of these products because these other 3 have not been very consistent, have not been very good at all. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and go over the pricing for you as well. Fantasy Nerds $24.99. I actually put a link down there in the description where you can try them out for free. All you gotta do is click that link, make an account, and you can try them out for free. And then we got RotoQL $29, DFS Army $39, Draft Dashboard $39, and Fantasy Labs $59. So a lot of these is kind of, I mean, for these guys only being in second place and keeping up with a $60 product, that $24.99 looks pretty good, especially since these last place products are like $40 a piece, $30 for that one. So it's a little bit crazy how it's working out because the cheaper product's doing better than the more expensive product, except Fantasy Labs, of course. But I think that's all I got for you. If you like what I'm doing here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get future notifications of videos that I put out. And hit that like button. I would really appreciate that. And make sure you go to that vote video and vote for the next optimizers for the next series. I apologize for the delay in the video. I'll try not to miss too many days, but things do come up, so I'm not going to make any promises. I think that's all I got for you. Good luck to everyone in DFS. I hope this review I'm doing is helping. It's helping me decide who I'm going to use later, but we're also going to put them up against other optimizers to see, who ultimately is the best who's putting out the best players on their optimizer, which honestly goes back to their projections because if an optimizer is putting out good players, it's because their projections are up to date mainly. I mean, there might be different factors that they use on their optimizer, different models, but for the most part, it consists of their projections. But I think that's all I got for you. Good luck to everyone in DFS, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video.